Raw got 2021 started with a bang. WWE's flagship show hosted Legends Night, which featured appearances from a number of Hall of Famers and, well, legends. Let's take a look at every return we saw on Legends Night. The show began with Hulk Hogan picking up a phone and saying his iconic line.
What you gonna do?
Later in the show, Drew McIntyre and Sheamus were talking backstage when the Hulkster and Jimmy Hart showed up. Hogan declared his support for both men, but especially for McIntyre, even saying that the current WWE champion reminded him of himself. Sheamus got a little upset and walked away with Jimmy Hart behind him. Before the segment ended, Drew and Hogan looked at the camera and hulked up.
Oh yeah! Oh!
Another Hall of Famer, Ric Flair, also appeared on the show by accompanying his daughters to the ring. As you'd expect, the WWE Hall of Famer did more than just cheer on Charlotte. During the match, Flair performed his iconic strut, and Lacey Evans decided to join him. Charlotte immediately confronted Evans, which ended with the two women brawling on the mats. Later, Lacey Evans got a bit flirty with the Nature Boy, but Charlotte shut it down real quick. Shortly after that, Flair accidentally tripped his daughter, causing her to get rolled up and lose the match. To celebrate her victory, Lacey Evans gave Flair a kiss on the cheek and ran to the back. Charlotte, furious of what her father did, got out of the ring and told him to get out of her life. Ric Flair appeared again later in the show, talking with Molly Holly and IRS. Holly and IRS walked off pretty quickly as soon as Randy Orton came in. Orton yelled at his former Evolution partner, saying Charlotte was 10 times the wrestler Flair ever was. The Viper concluded his verbal assault by calling Ric Flair a pathetic old man. I'm guessing Ric Flair was regretting coming to Legends Night. IRS and Molly Holly weren't the only ones who made quick appearances. Former Divas champion Melina appeared backstage briefly with Lince Dorado and Gran Metalik. She chatted with them a bit and joined the Luchadors with a Lucha chant.
Cha, lucha, lucha, lucha.
It must have worked, as the Lucha House Party was able to beat the Hurt Business later that night. Riddle met up with the Big Show backstage and suggested the world's largest athlete use the name The Big Bro in 2021. Once Riddle left, Randy Orton walked in and began berating the Giant. Orton claimed the Big Show couldn't compete anymore due to what the Viper did to him in 2020. The Viper did his best to rally up Big Show, but the Giant remained calm, although the world's largest athlete seemed upset by Randy Orton's words. Maybe this is setting up a Big Show vs. Randy Orton match later in the year. The night started with a Miz TV segment with John Morrison and The Miz. The Dirt Sheet duo did a few impressions of the WWE legends until their guests came out, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. Things eventually got heated between the tag teams, so there was only one person who could sort it out. The former SmackDown general manager, Teddy Long, came out and told The Miz and Morrison they were going to have a match tonight.
You will face The Undertaker! Yo! Taker!
Adam Pearce reminded Teddy that the dead man was retired, so Long decided to set up a tag team match between Miz and Morrison and The New Day instead. Backstage, Angel Garza tried his moves on Alicia Fox, but she wasn't having it. While his first attempt didn't work, Garza tried again when he bumped into Mickie James, who was hanging out with Tatanka and Sergeant Slaughter. He showed off his 24/7 championship and handed a rose to James. Slaughter wasn't in the mood and grabbed the flower and called Angel Garza a maggot.
Maggot.
Give Garza credit, the man refused to quit. Later on, the Mexican star approached another legend, Tori Wilson. The WWE Hall of Famer turned down Angel Garza's rose, but told him that Cardi B was right down the hall. Excited, Garza went to meet the rapper, but bumped into someone else.
I'm the boogeyman, and I'm coming to get you!
Unfortunately for Garza, R-Truth was waiting outside and rolled up the champion and won back the 24/7 championship. After all that, there's only one word that summed up this whole thing. Partway through the show, Ricochet was backstage talking with Mark Henry. The world's strongest man gave the young wrestler some words of encouragement, but was then confronted by Randy Orton. Something I thought was pretty cool, Orton brought up the rivalry he had with Henry in 2011 and said that he owed Mark some receipts. The Viper allowed Mark Henry to walk away, but not without shouting at the legend on his way out. In the main event, Keith Lee took on Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. During the Limitless One's entrance, most of the legends we previously saw, as well as Booker T and Jeff Jarrett, appeared on the stage and cheered Keith Lee on. The legends stayed to watch the match, but unfortunately, Keith Lee ultimately fell victim to the Claymore. After getting the win, Drew McIntyre was going to say some words, but just then...
Hold on a second.
Goldberg's music hit, and the WWE Hall of Famer walked into the ring. Goldberg accused Drew McIntyre of not respecting the legends and challenged the champion to a match at the Royal Rumble. Drew McIntyre responded by saying that fighting Goldberg would be like fighting his dad.
Honestly, fighting you would be like fighting my own dad, mate.
To which Goldberg responded by shoving McIntyre down. Which return was your favorite from Legends Night? Let us know in the comments. Shoutout goes to Talha Cameron, who commented on our last video. I'll keep that in mind, Talha. In the meantime, hit the video on the left to watch some more WWE content. With that, I'm Zach from Tap Out Corner, and take it easy.